Yeah, so Ines and Caleb, I think you guys have been waiting for this video for a long time, or at least that's what I hear. For those of you who are regular or viewers of the channel, a couple of weeks ago I did mention that the Burton Built garage may be getting bigger in size, doubling in fact. Well, that may or may not have happened. Yep, looks like it's happened. I'm super keen to take you along for the ride. Hopefully over the next couple of weeks, months, years, there's going to be some awesome little projects, DIY stuff, videos, tool reviews coming out of this space. Let's go have a look. Welcome to the Burton Built Garage 2.0. Clearly there's some work to be done here. Damn it. So here it is. Yeah. Just had to spend a few minutes retensioning the springs on top of the door. Clearly they needed to be adjusted. This probably hasn't been used in a long time. Also, we've got a neighbor, leaf blowers. I mean, what? You know, everybody loves to use them, but man, for the person next door, they are super irritating. Anyway, let's take a look inside and I'll show you around. Burton Built Garage 2.0. Well, garage, workshop, that's pretty much what it's going to be now. Looking a little bit dark actually. Let's make a quick ISO adjustment here. I think that's a bit better. Clearly we've got to work on some lighting for the garage. There are some LED tubes already installed, but I think I'm going to need a couple more. Anyway, just to give you a quick tour, there is a little bit of rubbish, not rubbish, some materials and stuff that still needs to be sorted out over here. That's in the middle, so I've still got to sort that out, and once that's gone then we'll have a nice big work area. So first thing that we can see is the workbench. Now this is a movable workbench. Some of you guys would have recognized this from a previous video, a previous build where I built this thing, made it rolling, made it go up and down. If you missed that video, check that out. There'll be a link in the description. But yeah, quick overview. Yeah, we've got some tools. We'll open that cupboard shortly. Some tools and consumables. We've got a couple of shelves over here. Now there are another 2 shelves outside. I still need to paint those. It's just some black storage boxes with a couple of things. Also, a lot of this stuff I haven't sorted out properly yet, but you can see there's some cleaning products, benzene, acetone, dioxidine, thinners, terps, you know, all that good stuff, and another couple of odds and ends. In this grey room, stick around, we'll leave that as a secret, a special for later. Okay. At the other end of the garage, the far end if you will, there's a workbench. Now this type of workbench table still needs to be fastened to the wall. There are some lugs there, I haven't done that yet. Of course we've got just for now, we've got the compressor over there, and we've got a vise mounted right over there. So that's going to work quite nicely. At the moment I'm using this section, or I'm planning to use this, should I say, as a bit of a welding section. And there's our welder. Again, you guys probably have seen this before. Whoopsie, almost pulled the torch off. That could have broken pretty easily. Anyway, we have our Thermomax ProTig 200 AC/DC TIG welder here. So this is where I'll be doing a lot of welding along this area. Also, I've got reviews on this, unboxings if you missed those. There'll be a link in the description. And then everybody has been familiar, I would imagine if you've seen the channel a bit, is with this, our toolboard. Now, this is only one of the couple of toolboards that was up There's our hammer tool board. There were another two now. Those other two tool boards have not been put up yet because I actually don't really know where to put them. And there's still a lot of tools that need to be put up. So I'm just going to play around with it for now. As with any other DIY project that happens, you know, we always get things going really professionally. So I've hung it with 3 bolts. So don't step too close to that. I hope it doesn't fall off the wall. And then you guys also may, well, if you've been watching for a while, you may have recognized this table. It's now permanently going to be in the garage. It's not going to move around between the studio and the garage. So this is more of an electrical workbench, if you want to say, or doing a clean type of work. Got a couple of storage bins and yeah, a couple of fire extinguishers in there. Again, thanks to Land Marine Fire. They've sponsored a couple of, well, not sponsored, but I mean, they've just given me a couple of old fire extinguishers, and when I need to have them filled, or if hopefully I never need to use them, they'll sort them out for me. Next up, let's just zoom out there a little bit. We've got a drilling station here. So again, I made a flooded coolant system DIY for you guys. It's running off of a bucket underneath. There's the bucket. Pump is in the bucket and it gets pumped up all the way into the system. We've got a little bit of a catchment area. There'll be a link in the description to that video. And for now, I've just got the shop vac and a vacuum cleaner for those of you that are in South Africa, and the whole MIG welder that can be wheeled around. Yeah, that is pretty much the whole garage for now. So the question is, what is in that grey room? For those of you who have done a little bit of work in and around the garage, fabrication, that type of thing, you will have noticed that cutting and grinding makes quite a big mess. This is exactly what that room is about. So this is something that I definitely wanted to have done. The door's a little bit heavy to open. Something that I wanted to have done before I actually start working in here. Now, you can see it's just made out of plywood sheets. It's 19mm plywood sheets, which I've painted, and I've just put up basically in the corner of the garage. A couple of grinding accessories in here. We've got our bench grinder, or not our bench grinder, that's the bench grinder there. This is our belt grinder. Again, I built this thing as well. If you guys missed the video, there will be a link in the description for that. And then we've got some of the other small items that I use. These are little handheld grinders, one there and one here, and they are basically on little jigs setups for a product that I make. They are set up specifically to do 1 or 2 tasks. And then we've got our normal abrasive cutoff machine there. That, funny enough, it's a Makita, I can't remember, it's like an L2401, I think it is. LW1401, that's got to go back. I've got to take that back to the shop. It's not cutting straight. Not too happy about that. I mean, it's a premium product. You pay a lot for it. It's the Makita, straight Makita. It's not the Makita MT. So yeah, not too happy about that. But super stoked about how the grinding room came out. Now, I will tell you that I have done a bit of grinding in here already. And man, I can tell anybody, if you're thinking about making yourself a grinding room, do it. It makes a heck of a lot of mess, and you almost don't realize it until you contain that mess. Now, of course, if you are containing that mess and you're sealed up in there doing a lot of grinding and cutting, you need to be wearing respirators, protective equipment, and especially earmuffs. It gets really loud in there. And then also something that I wanted to do was make at some stage some type of ventilation or extractor system. So at the top there, I have left a little bit of a space between the roof sheeting and the top of the box, if you will. We're going to install sort of a ventilation or an extraction system, and we're going to put it in that space. Also, we can put up some insulation, especially in summer. There might be a little bit of heat that comes off of the roof and then gets transferred down into the box. We'll sort that out. If any of you guys have got good suggestions, put them in the comments about how I can make a ventilation or an extraction system. Now, I want to extract obviously air and everything out of the box, and then there'll be a fresh air inlet, but I don't just want to extract it out through the vents and out onto the paving outside, because that's going to stain the paving. So we're going to have to catch the metal dust. Again, if you guys have got any ideas, let me know in the comments, and then we'll explore that at a later stage. Something else, you know, I come from a small garage, so as I'm sure many of you have also got small garages, small workshops, and space is a commodity in a small workshop. Now, when we are working with a big project or vehicle, having installed this little box here takes up a little bit of space. So what I've done is I've actually made this section a door. So you can see, if you look closely there, there's a hinge that's been painted on the top, and a hinge in the middle, and a hinge at the bottom. So this section actually opens up. Let me show you. So I've installed some latches. There's one at the bottom over there, and there's one at the top. This one's a little bit tighter. There we go. If we need to, oh great. Trying to show you how well this works and already getting stuck, but there we go. If we need to open it up, we open it up, and now it opens up this entire corner. So if we do have to pull a vehicle in here and work on the front right hand or the back left hand corner of a vehicle, we've got the space. So a lot of times in the small spaces, you sometimes got to think creatively and then make stuff, custom stuff, to suit not necessarily what you're going to be doing now, but to suit what you're going to be doing in the future. And that is the Burton Built Garage 2.0. Now, I'm sure you guys can agree that this place is definitely big enough to swing a dead cat around in. Actually, don't swing a dead cat. Don't swing any cat around, but I think you guys know what I'm saying. It is much less frustrating to work in a place this big compared to the previous single garage that I had. Now, I've also been thinking, now that we've got this new place, now this garage workshop came with the rest of the house, believe it or not. I'm wondering, would you guys be interested in seeing some DIY maintenance related videos, household stuff, you know, we grow together, see where it goes? Let me know in the comments. Of course, that'll be in addition to the tool reviews, some of the car working stuff that I've done. There's been racing content, there's been random DIY videos. I'm still gonna be doing those every couple of weeks. So let me know in the comments what you guys think about that idea. Chaps, that's it. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, comment. It's always good to hear from you guys. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.